We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality Wheel to earn Vitality Coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality Points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to Platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get onto AIA Vitality today because your health is every choice you make.
Hello and welcome, very good evening to you from our Tampines Hub for the AIA Singapore Premier League match between Geylang International and Young Lions. Two teams that perhaps might feel that they haven't had the best of starts, on paper at least. Well, Geylang had an opening win against Tanjong Pagar 2-1 and then lost in their next game. They were thrashed 4-1 by Hougang United. Young Lions had a rousing 3-3 draw. They came back twice in that match. Very impressive against Balestier Khalsa, but then came crashing back down to earth against Albrechts Negata, losing 3-0. Looking ahead to this match, let's hear now from the two coaches, Muhammad Noor Ali and Philip Au.
All right, Coach Noor Ali, the first game you won against Tanjong Pagar, and with the recent one, the team has lost to Hougang. How do you think you will fare for today's game against the Young Lions?
I think it's not going to be an easy game after the loss against Hougang, and we don't want to underestimate Young Lions. I think they still have a good side with a lot of players who actually played in the SPL team the last 2-3 seasons, you know. So I think they have quite a good squad this season, you know. For us, I think we just have to bounce back after the loss against Hougang, and hopefully the boys will go out with a good performance tonight. Tonight.
What do you think would be the biggest challenge posed by this Young Lions side for your team today?
I mean, they are a good footballing side. They want to play football and build up from the back, and they have some quality players in Hami, Joel, and even Harry Stewart in midfield. You know, up front they have Ilhan. You know, so they have a few players who can cause threat. And as a team, I think they are working hard together as a team, and young, energetic, and you know they're willing to run 90 minutes. So that's going to be a very tough one for us. You know, so we have to stay focused throughout the game.
Coach Philip, how has the preparation in the last 2 days been since the loss against Albrechts?
Well, we took the positives out of the Albrechts game. Told the boys that, you know, despite against a stronger opponent, we still managed to play some of the football that we wanted to. But then it was about recovery. You know, today is the third game in 1 week, so it's tough on the boys. What was important the last 2 days was to recover them.
Though it's still early in the season, are you happy with the progress and performances that the boys have put in so far?
Yes, I'm happy that you know, in 11 weeks we actually managed to get the boys to play a good brand of football, and yeah, I'm glad that, you know, fans have come up to me and fans have said that, hey, that's good to watch. Your team plays good football, and I think that's a big statement for us. And you know, we just need to work harder and keep on at it.
After the tough midweek loss, how has the morale been within the team, and are they feeling prepared enough for tonight's game against the Eagles?
Like I said, we took the positives out of it. And for me, I told the boys, Albrechts is a good team. Yeah. So don't be too disheartened. What's important is today we come here and continue to believe in ourselves and continue to play the brand of football that people like to watch. Yeah.
And just taking on that note from Philip Au, he certainly has made them a very attractive side to watch. Certainly the first game against Ballister Khalsa, they showed a lot of attacking nous. There was tenacious, and the likes of Joel Chu pulling the strings. He worked very well with Kairin Nadim and Ilhan Fundi and Zamani Zamri. That was certainly entertaining to watch. And I think they've just added something to their game. They're playing the ball on the ground a lot more, and that's something you also see, by the way, with Geylang International. That's how Muhammad Noali likes to have his team play. They press quite high up the pitch. They're full of action. It's also just sometimes a question of whether they can maintain that throughout the 90 minutes, that kind of tempo. It isn't easy. Early days, of course, in the season. There are 3 matches, as Philip Au alluded to earlier in the opening week of the season. It's tough. Is tough, especially when there are, of course, restrictions thanks to COVID-19, so it makes things a little bit more tricky for teams. But they have a good opportunity here at Geylang International. They'll look at a young Lions side, a team that they will feel they should be able to put to the sword. However, as I said, this is a different sort of young Lions at the moment, and I think those days, perhaps early to say so now, but those days of them perhaps being the whipping boys of the SPL may not quite be the same as before. We'll have to see, but they have had some impressive performances in that first game. Disappointing against Albrechts Negata in the second, and they'll want to bounce back here. We are just awaiting the team's entrance onto the pitch. They should have been on there by now. We'll just hold on. Of course, this is an impressive arena in the back of our Tampines Hub, which serves as a mall and a community events centre for Tampines residents, and sort of I think one of a kind, really, to have a football stadium. And there are little nooks and crannies where members of the public, you might just be able to see them on the left of your screen, getting a nice view of the game. Of course, no crowds allowed in at the moment in the SPL because of COVID-19. We're hoping that will change, and we just see the officials now making their way out, which is a good sign, of course, that the teams are about to make their way onto the pitch as well. Jansen Fu is in charge of this one. He's assisted by Shafiq Jufri and Kasi Gopikana. The 4th official is Lim Yang Yi. Well, the Geylang fans in recent days have perhaps made their feelings known on social media that they expect a little bit more from their side. Remember, they finished 4th last season, and that was their highest finish since 2017. And more importantly, on that very dramatic final day, when they got that 4th spot, pipping Ballister Khalsa by 1 point, they secured AFC Cup football. That will happen in June. So that's something else for the fans to look forward to. But as I mentioned, with the fans, yeah, I think they're just wanting a little bit more from their club at the moment. Ultra Eagles, very much a vocal bunch, and they weren't too happy with the result, even though they beat Tanjong Pagar. They wanted a little bit more out of that. The 2 teams completing their formalities as we now look at the lineups for the 2 sides. And there have been plenty of changes, as you can imagine. Jansen Fu going to do the toss with the 2 captains, Yuki Ichikawa, long-serving Japanese player. And on the other side, Danish Irfan, the central defender, who I felt had a pretty decent game on match day 1, trying to limit the potential of the 2 strikers, Hoshino and Sime Zuzul. Now, let's have a look at Geylang International. They make 5 changes from the team that lost to Hougang 4-1 on match day 2. Zainul Gulam reclaims his place between the sticks. It's a first start for the 2 foreign signings, Silvano Convalius and Mateus Moshe. We've also got Firdaus Kazman coming into the central midfield, and young player in Azri Suhaili. Hairul Shehan is on the bench. The goalkeeper, Amy Reko, scored the opening goal for Geylang in that last game, is on the bench too, along with Isdin Shafiq. No place for Zikos Chua. He is off to national service very shortly indeed. Young Lions, they too make 4 changes, and also a change of goalkeeper. Ridwan Fikri has had some poor luck and a few mistakes as well. He is on the bench today, replaced by Nurshafik Zaini. Daniel Goh comes into the squad, into the starting 11, and it's a return for Joel Chu from NS duty. He was certainly instrumental in all their best moves on match day 1, and Khairi Nadim also reclaims a starting place. Zamani Zamri, Danish Qayyum on the bench, and Amir Shafiz, no place for him today. Philip Au likes a certain brand of football, and he is known for developing youth. Stepping in for Nazri Nasir, wish him all the very best. But he has shown what his boys can do, and they have been entertaining to watch so far. I'm sure they'll want to bounce back. You can see Silvano Convalius very vocal there. He has played a lot of clubs, I can tell you. 33-year-old. Noor Ali, former Singapore international, also likes to play a certain brand of football. Entertaining to watch. You could argue sometimes a little bit high risk, but demands a lot from his players. Ilhan Fundi has been invited to train with the Singapore squad. That's happening next week. Many congratulations to him. Another Fundi involved in a national setup. Good to see as we have kickoff here. Geylang International versus Young Lions. In fact, looking at the 2 teams here, Darren Tay is one who will be involved. And you might just be able to hear the drums happening somewhere, obviously outside the stadium, which is good to hear. A little bit of atmosphere for us. And no fans are actually allowed in this stadium. Ryan Stewart from Young Lions, another fullback on the opposite side. He's also going to be part of that national training. Chris Van Huysen is also in this training squad. And Khairi Nadim has been invited as well from Young Lions. I'll put that out of play. There's Van Huysen. He's got strapping round his wrist. Had a very good season last year, Van Huysen. Plenty of pace. Great whipped balls in. We're looking to try and release him. Here's Ichikawa. Azri Suhaili. Of course, they now have a problem with probably their best foreign signing in a while, Barry Maguire, Geylang International. He has a hamstring problem, out for a couple of months. That's a big blow. That was in match day 1, and that's why Mateus came on when Noali said openly he wasn't looking to start him, wasn't even looking to necessarily even play him. He wasn't match fit, but he was on in just the 12th minute and scored a couple of goals, which is a great beginning to his career at Geylang International. Here they come, Geylang. Oh, looking to get that to Van Huysen. That goes straight out of play. Saw from the Young Lions, certainly on match day 1, when they got to had a little bit more time and space compared to the match against Albrechts, was they certainly looked to use the flanks as much as possible. Darren Tay goes back. Cleared away by Faisal Roslan. Trying to push his way forward. Mateus. Now Firdaus Kasman. It's a nice ball out onto the left-hand side, and a little bit of Brazilian skill. He felt he was foul there, Mateus. Came off the bench in the last game as well. Be happy, I'm sure, to have his first start. The 22-year-old Brazilian from Rio has played in his youth career with pretty big clubs like Botafogo and Corinthians and Vasco. Yeah, I think that was more of a slip than anything else, wasn't it? Had a stint in Riga in Latvia, and then Torpedo Belaz Zodino in the Belarusian Premier League. Well, he's already done a bit of travelling, hasn't he, at his young age? Seemed going to pay out wide left with just the Silvano leading the line. They did have quite a lot of attacking talent, didn't they, previously? Karim Nizam is left. They had Shawal Anwar prior to that, to 2019. Faris Fahan is still around. Ichikawa, oh, he's overstretched himself, and Ilhan was making things difficult. He had a rather bemused look on his face. What did I do wrong? And they've done well to get the ball back here, but he won't get to it, Ilhan. Shahin is in the starting lineup. He started the last game and then scored after being on for 10 seconds in the game against Balestier. First touch of the ball. Silvano tried to get Chris van Hoosen on the ball. Charles decides to play it safe. Darante looking for options, goes all the way back to Faisal. Now Yuki Ichikawa. Faisal, Darante. Van Hoosen cuts inside. Nice passing here from Geylang International. Azri. Van Hoosen looks up. We'll get a corner. Nice build up there from Geylang International. When they're in full flow, they are easy on the eye. Could be a first test for Nushafik Zaini, his first game of the season. And I'm sure at the back of his mind somewhere will remember the clangers from his predecessor, Ridwan Fikri. Not sure why Stewart let that go. It's a clear header offside Akmal. Another corner here for Geylang. Just see the way they are lined up at the moment, the Geylang players. Ichikawa, Silvano and Faisal Ruslan. All going to disperse, of course, very quickly. again, it's the same player, Syed Akmal on the ball. They should be able to clear their lines. Stewart on the counter, but Darren Tay was there first. Faisal to Yuki Ichikawa. Harith Kanadi is certainly a big up-and-coming talent. Been very impressed with him. There's Chris van Huysen. Harris Stewart goes long up towards Ilhan. Right, a bit of a knock on the back of his head from Faisal. Firdaus. Now Mateus looking for Silvano. Was there a late challenge on him? He felt that it was. Spent a bit of time on the ground, hasn't he, already? Here's Harith. Just lacking in a little bit of fluidity at the moment from Young Lions in particular. Mateus got a lot of players around him. That can have some benefits, of course, as well. Just sucking in, keeping quite tight to him at the moment, aren't they? Firdaus. Now Darren Tay. Wilson again trying to go inside. Silvano. Low cross into the box, and Harris Stewart saw the danger. Foul on Azri. Shafirul disagrees with that. Or Sharul, excuse me. Returned to the club this season, Sharul Sazali. As is the nature of Young Lions, they do chop and change a lot. Yeah, a bit clumsy perhaps from Sharul. Don't think you can have too many complaints about that. Now Van Huysen to whip this in. Good opportunity here for Geylang International. Gone for the far post. Yuki Ichikawa. Harris Stewart in the way. Still alive here. Azri. Oh, just ball wouldn't carry for him, and now on the counter, here come Young Lions. It could be dangerous. Ilhan will get to the ball first. If he looks across, there was a great option for him. Kairin was in acres of space. They'll take the free kick. Well, that counter strategy will be something to look out for. Foul by Faisal Ruslan. That was right on the edge, wasn't it? But I think that was the right call, just outside the box. You can see how close it was. One player we haven't really seen pull any strings just yet, Joel Chu, but he's standing over the ball with Sharul. You'd think it probably will be the left foot of Sharul. Similar sort of area that Geylang just had a free kick up the other end. Could be a first test here for Zainul Gulam. Darren Tay heads that away. Cross into the box and get it away, Geylang. Now will they try to break free? Here's Ryan Stewart. Joel Chu plays it safe. Danger over for now. One Stewart to another, the brothers, Ryan and Harris. Here's Joel Chu. Had some sublime passes on match day 1 against Bannister Khalsa. Really looked so good, didn't he? Those of you who managed to watch the game. Here's Hami Shine, another fantastic player, Singapore international already. Back to Hami. Tries to switch it across. Daniel Go trying to find his way through. Bit more time on the ball now, Young Lions. A little bit better from them. Took a while to get going, didn't they? Might be able to hear the drumming and the singing. As I said, that is just really good for the players, isn't it? Helps the viewers out there as well. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the AIA Singapore Premier League. Wherever you're watching us. Geylang International up against Young Lions. No real opportunities yet for either side. Goalkeepers haven't particularly been tested. Certainly not Zainul Gulam. Away by Stewart. Looking for Ilhan. Quick feet from him. It's done really well there. He's got a free kick. Scored the opening goal against Bannister Khalsa. Lovely move. Started with Joel Chu up to Zamani Zamri, and then the ball whipped across for him, Ilhan Fandi, to prod home at the far post. What they have, Young Lions, is Harris Stewart just sits in front of the back four, screening, gives him an extra man. Almost a 4-1-4-1. There's Kyrin, surges forward, plays that out wide to Daniel, who gets to the ball. It's a heavy first touch. He still gets the cross in. Now that had just gone out of play, and I don't know whether Zainul Gulam might have been caught out there. I think the whistle had gone. Maybe that's why he pulled out. Not sure. That was close, but it had gone out. Just a bit of a heavy touch there from Daniel Go. Just showing a little bit more what they can do, Young Lions. That's a lovely ball to Van Huysen, who tries to cut inside, does get past Sharul. Silvano won't get there. Harris tidies up. Now Joel Chu, I think he probably prefers to be slightly further up the pitch. Possession certainly better. As soon as I say that, they lose it, Young Lions. You can see the turn there. Silvano wins a free kick. Look at the difference in size between Joel Chu and Silvano Convalius. Saying he's a much-travelled striker. And of note, I think, would be the 37 goals he scored for Bali United in 34 matches a couple of years ago. Now, just sorting out his wall and his defence, Nur Shafiq. Again, you would think this would favour Van Huysen. Darren Tate showing some interest as well. Seen some great free kick goals by Van Huysen. Can he add to that collection? And that is just over. That's one of the chances. I think we'll have to put that down as an not really going to trouble anyone, that one. There's Danish, gives the ball away very cheaply. Surging forward is Van Huysen, up to Mateus. The shot is on. And that is blocked by Shahid Akmal. There was a little bit of space to play with, wasn't there? But that all started with Danish giving the ball away. Trying to... just the two foreigners having some choice words with each other. Be interesting to see what language they're speaking, because what I understand, Mateus' English isn't really something he uses very much. Not comfortable yet, fair enough. First job in an English-speaking country. Will take some time to acclimatise. Yuki Ichikawa gets a touch on. Did it go off the back of Stewart? No, it didn't. Silvano hasn't really got to the game yet, has he? Maybe you could argue not really had the service. Playing it out from the back here. This is effective, done well here. Shown too much on the ball there, Ryan Stewart, but here's his brother, Harris. Daniel Go, out on that right-hand side. Again, a lot of heavy touches at the moment. Looks like we're going to have... Oh, I thought he was reaching into his pocket. Jansen Fu, he has opted not to. Offside on Silvano. Not really feeling like a particularly intense match at the moment. He's a lively customer, Karim Nadim. Here's Harris, looking up at Daniel Go. Goes for goal, and that is well wide in the end. But they are not short on confidence, this young Lions side. No, he's had too much to do so far, Zainul Ghulam. Reclaimed the starting place. He played on match day 1, which they won, and then Harus Shehan came in for the next game. Actually pulled off one very, very good save, but ultimately still did concede 4 goals against Hougang. Here's Silvano. Now Mateus looks up, looking to bring in Van Huysen. It's a good ball out to him on this right-hand side. And he whips one in, the flag stays down. Silvano, he's denied. He hesitated and he looked around anyway, I think, at the official to see the flag had gone up and probably try and save him. It didn't. I thought he was. And he just hesitated. Surely you just play until you hear the whistle. He must be experienced enough to know that. What a chance that was, and credit there to Nur Shafiq. Well, we'll have a good view of it from here. He's onside, that's great movement. I think he'll be very disappointed with that. You just play, you put the ball in the back of the net and let the officials do their job. Nothing else you can do, but he seemed to hesitate. And that was a glorious opportunity. What a ball in from Van Huysen. And by far the best chance of this match. Midway point of this first half. No goals between Geylang International and Young Lions. Ilhan couldn't get onto the ball. I think they're going to find it difficult if they play the aerial route. Some big players out there for Geylang. Here's Faisal. Now Mateus. Not sure where that was aimed at. I think he was trying to get that up to Azri. Haven't seen too much of Elijah Lim, one of the under-23 players that must be started in every match. Yellow card for Hami. Oh, that was a bit of an elbow, wasn't it? I think he didn't appreciate the challenge earlier from Elijah. He's got to keep his cool, Hami. We're going to have a drinks break. I think this probably is a good thing for the players, not so much for the refreshment part of it as to get the coaches involved. No goals here, but there is another match going on. There's the crowd. They'll watch wherever they can, socially distanced, of course. That's good to see. They'll be trying to get a bird's eye view of it. As we said, there are pockets of space around the stadium. Yes, Lion City Sailors are up against Hougang United. Lion City Sailors, of course, with all the resources at their hand, are actually a goal down. Farhan Zulkifli has scored in the 15th minute. He's had a very good season so far with some assists to his name already. And they are 1-0 up, Hougang United. That's the big news at the moment. It was billed as a massive clash, that one. And, well, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Hougang with a win and a loss so far, same as Geylang International. Hougang looking to improve on what was, by their standards, a poor performance last season. Hami Shine there, confirmation of the yellow card. Ball over the top, and that's actually a really good ball to Ilhan, who couldn't quite control it the way he wanted to. He lets that go out for a corner. That was a good ball, wasn't it? Syed Akmal playing that over the top. Not their normal style, perhaps, but once in a while, Route 1, nothing wrong with it. Joel Chu to take this corner. Well, it's missed everyone. Ilhan and Yuki went up for it. Oh, it did take a little bit off Yuki. He can't believe it. He's disputing that now with Jansen Fu. He said he didn't touch it. They both went up for the ball. He's not very happy with that, is he? And if something comes out of this, well, he will be furious. Now they're going to take a longer throw here, perhaps. Ryan Stewart. Now Daniel Go, no foul on him. He gets up quickly. This is the tenacity I was talking about with young Lions. Harris. fullback position, perhaps something that might be opening up in the national side. Remember, they have got World Cup qualifiers / Asian Cup qualifiers. They double up nowadays. That will be happening in June, playing in Saudi Arabia against the hosts, Uzbekistan and Palestine. And they've had a pretty decent start to proceedings already. Might fancy their chances of securing a third spot, who knows? Silvano. Now Firdaus. Trying to create a bit of pressure here, young Lions. Joel Chu moving a bit further forward. I do feel that's probably where he prefers it. Darren loses the ball, gives it away rather. Sharul, he likes to get forward as well, but he won't make it. Chances at a premium here at our Tampines Hub at the moment. There's Faisal Roslan. Elijah Lim. There's certainly a lot of attention on him, and Kyron gets a yellow card for his troubles. Protesting his innocence, but there is certainly a lot of attention being paid to Mateus whenever he gets on the ball, and look where he's come from, where the foul is, and he's just swapped sides. I think that's something to note. He swapped sides with Chris Van Huysen, I think probably better on that left-hand side. So Mateus now on the right. Elijah. That did look like a foul, I got to say, on Mateus, but he's on the ground a lot, and sometimes that doesn't work in your favor. One back by Van Huysen, and then Hummy does the same. Syed Akmal. Ryan Stewart. Joel Chu gone back a little deep again. Here's Hummy. Out wide to Kyrin Nadim. Oh, he's run out of pitch there. Heavy touch from him. Prodigious talent. Of course, Kyrin Nadim was less than 16 years old when he, under 16, when he made his debut in the SPL last year. Got the confirmation of his yellow card. Hurried clearance there from Zainal. Mateus looking for Silvano, who won't get there. Here's Harris. A little bit of luck there for Sharul. Yuki's strong against Ilhan. Just starting to up the ante a little bit here, young Lions. Better from them. At the moment, I don't think they'll be overly concerned. There was that one very good chance for Geylang, and there you go. They're only conceded one shot so far on target. That's it. Just lacking some cutting edge at the moment, Geylang. Started his career at Warriors. Ryan Stewart, aggressive fullback, can play further forward as well. Harris looking for options. There's Azri. Silvano, it's bounced nicely for him, he goes for goal! Oh, what a brilliant strike that is! And from out of nothing, Silvano scores the opening goal. He was aggressive in getting the ball back, turned round and unleashed a thunderbolt into that top corner. No chance for Nur Shafik. And Geylang have the opening goal. What a strike that was from the Dutchman. Well, he made it his own, didn't he? No foul. That is a wonderful, wonderful strike, and just a taste of why this man was a hotshot striker in Indonesia. But you've got to ask, how easy was it to muscle off Danish on the ball? Or Syed Akmal, rather. Far, far too easy. Nothing that Nur Shafik could have done with that. That is a brilliant, brilliant strike. Now they've got a taste for it. Can they add more to the scoreline? Geylang International. Here's Elijah. Matthias. Sharrell, by the way, is down. And they're going to continue playing. They might just put it out of play here. What a goal that was. Silvano Convalius in the 34th minute. His first start of this campaign and his first goal in Singapore Premier League football. Philibau's having a few words. I think he's probably not too happy with how Syed Akmal was muscled off the ball. Some communication here between Mateus and Nur Ali. I'm imagining a lot of it is sign language and a bit of English thrown in. But I do understand his English isn't quite there yet. Well, if you missed the goal, we'll have some highlights for you at half-time. Here's Darren Tay. That will, I think, settle a few nerves. They just weren't necessarily their best. Firdaus, didn't seem too much of him either. That was a little close, the ball to Sharrell. Be interesting to see if he continues on this right-hand side and moves back to the left. I think they'll probably keep that nice and fluid throughout. Here is another look at that goal. Just too easy. The first part anyway, to win the ball back. But then the next bit was absolutely sublime from Silvano Convalius, which must be one of the contenders already for best goal in the campaign thus far. Here's Hami. Here's Joel Chu. We've got to build all over again. Here's Hami. Daniel Go didn't do so well there, but he has recovered. Just over 5 minutes left in this first half. Young Lions have had some moments, but not really done much inside the final third. Hami out wide to Go. There are more bodies in the box here. He's done well to try and get past Harith, but Harith actually stood his ground. It will be a corner. Corner here now. Can they do something, Young Lions? See the number of people watching this just above the ground. Not sure how much entertainment they would have seen so far, but they have had one fantastic goal to savour. There's Harith Kanadi, hasn't done too many of his bombing runs. He's lost the ball here to Daniel Go, who comes forward, looking for Ilhan, who'll take the shot first time. And is blocked by Faisal Ruslan. That's probably about as good as it's got so far for Young Lions. Slipped the ball through, and that was really his only option, Ilhan. But it was well shadowed there by Faisal. Here's Stewart, looks up again. He had a couple of options, his brother Harris and Daniel Go. And they want to end on a strong note Young Lions after conceding that goal. You could just see Firdaus is just trying to rally the troops around him for a bit of a push, keep that clean sheet until the break. Maybe even possibly slow things down. Trying to build some momentum here, Young Lions, and they need to clear their lines a little bit. A bit of breathing space. Silvano loses the ball easily. Here's Danish. A minute to go in this first half. Let's see how much added time there is. We had a drinks break as well. Out to Kairin. Oh, it's a nice ball into the path of Ilhan. He's won the corner, done well there, off Yuki Ichikawa. Could be the last chance of this first half. Well, he's gotten the end of a few of those, hasn't he, Ilhan? He's having a nice little battle with Yuki. Got to the ball first this time. We have got 2 minutes of added time here. Free kick now for Geylang. I'm sure they'll take their time with this. No hurry, eat up the clock, get themselves to the break with that 1-0 lead. Cleared away by Danish. Gets to Hami. Bounced right over him. Elijah. Does just enough there. Wonder whether the likes of Zamri might come on. The problem is, of course, the great nature of Young Lions is that they don't always have their best players available. Again, another long ball over the top, looking for Ilhan. Forced to Daniel Go. Should be an easy take. Oh, he flapped that one a little bit. Zainul Gulam, was there a foul on him by Ilhan? None given. Maybe one last chance here for the throw-in. Came together with Ilhan. He was aggressive in the air. No foul. That looked like a nervy moment for Zainul. Have we got time for the corner? Well, this is good from Young Lions. This is a good response. I have another look at this ball into the box. Well, he was strong in the air, Ilhan. Made it very difficult for Zainul. I'm guessing that Philippao at the moment doesn't want the halftime whistle to go. This is decent momentum from Young Lions, and putting Geylang under a little bit of pressure here. Quite the crowd building as well, as you can see. Well, that came off Ilhan, it seems, and the referee blows for half-time. Not many chances in this game. Geylang started fairly strongly. There was one very good opportunity for Silvano Convalius. Didn't put it away, but I tell you what, he put the much harder chance away with a superb thunderbolt strike from some distance into the top corner. One worth watching again and again, and that's what separates the two sides here at our Tampines Hub. A bit of a response from Young Lions, but they really haven't tested Zainul Gulam enough. and they've got to be better in the final third. Well, Geylang go into the halftime break with the lead thanks to that goal from Silvano Convalles. A halftime score here at our Tampines Hub. It's Geylang International 1, Young Lions 0. Welcome back to our Tampines Hub. It's half-time at the moment in the AIA Singapore Premier League match between Geylang International and Young Lions, separated by a moment of brilliance from Silvano Convalles in the 34th minute. Let's tell you the story of the game so far with some of these highlights. It was a bright start from Geylang International, but Young Lions then started to pile on a bit of pressure themselves, particularly down this right-hand side. Daniel Goh. The ball had just gone out of play there when he crossed for Ilhan. And then it was Geylang who tried to take the game by the scruff of its neck. Really wasn't too much in this, not too many chances. This was a glorious opportunity. The flag stayed down. He was actually onside. It was great movement from Convalles. And he just hesitated and probably hoping that the flag would save him for offside. It didn't. Plenty of attention from Mateus, and then this, a wonderful strike. He hit that so sweetly, didn't he, Silvano? Won the ball back a little too easily. I think that would have been a disappointing factor as far as Young Lions are concerned, but then unleashed that brilliant shot to take the lead. And just at the end, there was good pressure from Young Lions, but they still couldn't really force Zainul Gulam into a save. And then that was just about it. That came off Ilhan Fandi right at the end. And the momentum was with them. Let's see if that can carry on into the second half, as we await the second half to get going. These are the stats for you. Geylang edging things with shots and those on target. Nothing so far, as I said, to test Zainul Gulam at the moment. Couple of bookings as well for Young Lions. And most importantly, it's Geylang International who have the lead here. That's a slender one. Young Lions will feel they can still come back into this. Let's see how that pans out. Another match going on in the AIA Singapore Premier League. Half-time score between Lion City Sailors and Hougang United. I told you earlier that it was 1-0, and that was initially credited to Farhan Zulkifli. It's actually Lionel Tan, I believe. And they double the lead just 2 minutes later. A man who's scoring for fun at the moment, Tomoyuki Doi. 2-0 at the moment. Well, that is something of an upset. Let's see if that continues. We'll keep an eye on that game. For now, we'll take a break. Second half coming up.
AIA Vitality. Your health is every choice you make. We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge, with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality Wheel to earn Vitality Coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality Points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to Platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get onto AIA Vitality today, because your health is every choice you make.
Second half about to get underway here at our Tampines Hub. Geylang International playing Young Lions in the AIA Singapore Premier League. Perhaps you would say this has gone to script so far. They would have gone into this as the favourites, Geylang, and probably had the better of the play overall. And that wonderful goal from Silvano Convalius. They have got some good options on the bench as well. Talking of Convalius, let's have a look at that wonder strike from him. As I said, really will be something to savour. It was just too easy to win the ball. No foul, by the way. And you just saw another defender. I think that might have been Danish just ducking out of the way as he made the shot. Not something any coach really wants to see. And they may not quite have the same sort of resources, Young Lions, in terms of their substitutes bench. There's Faris Farhan. He's certainly one to come on and freshen things up in the attack. Amy Reka is another, who's got actually a pretty good record against Young Lions. Remember, they have not kept a clean sheet in all of last season, Young Lions, and that wait, I'm afraid, will just continue. Jansen Fu going to get proceedings off to a start shortly. Been very, very quiet at the back for Zainal Ghulam, as I mentioned, for Geylang International. That would be perfect for him. Want to see a little bit more of Harith Kanadi, perhaps trying to get forward more. Darren Tay as well. The fullbacks for both sides perhaps haven't done that much in terms of being adventurous so far. There's the Dutch magician with his wonderful goal earlier. Mateus, well, he's had moments. Still, I think, trying to adapt. Scored 2 goals, remember, already on his debut when he came on early after Barry Maguire injured himself. Ilhan has led the line for Young Lions and had a couple of bright moments, but no shots on target so far for the away side. Just seeing if there are any changes. Doesn't look to be the case. And Convalius will get us going in the second 45. Young Lions have it all to do. Remember, they came back twice against Balisakasa, so you cannot write them off. There's Darren Tay out to Ichikawa. Well, why did Harith leave that? That was casual from him. He felt that it had come off a Young Lions player when it, well, I'm pretty sure it didn't, and the assistant agrees. Well, that seemed, he just switched off there, didn't he? We'll be hoping that doesn't cost them. Here's Daniel Goh. Mateus. Nice touches from the Brazilian. Harith has to quickly switch back on. Daniel, he was lively. Here's Ryan Stewart getting much further forward. Ilhan trying something spectacular. And he's probably hurt himself in the process. I'm not sure that was on for him anyway. I think the landing, you just saw Zainul Gulam pointing to his side. It was a nice ball fizzed in by Stewart. Yeah, it was the landing, wasn't it? And it's, I tell you what, this is unforgiving. These kind of surfaces, the artificials. He's still wincing. Ilhan, he'll be fine, hopefully. Here's Silvano Convalius. Now Van Huysen. Harris. Nice work there from Kairin. Good quick feet about him. Ilhan trying to turn his man. Done well there. Harris, more aggressive. Remember, the momentum was with them at the end of the first half. No one's going to get on the end of that cross. I'm sure Philip Hours told him to just push a little further up. Try and create that pressure. The drums are back on again. Here's Syed Akmal. Forward by Hami. And you can see there's a big difference now in Ryan Stewart. He's pushing right up. Gives that bit of physical presence. And it appears, for now, at least, and we'll have to see if this continues, that Hami has gone into that right back position. It's a good ball! Oh, and the shot is ballooned. That's a poor effort from Kairin. He knows it. Lovely move down that right-hand side, and certainly he has made a difference pushing further up Ryan Stewart. So, oh dear, that's really poor. He was under pressure there from Van Huysen, but you've got to keep that low, got to keep that down. Okay, so just to confirm that Ryan Stewart is still playing right back. But I think he's going to get forward as much as he can. Yeah, certainly there seems to be instruction on the fullbacks here. It certainly looks at on this right-hand side for now. On there by Ilhan, hoping that Daniel Go could get onto it. Zainul Gulam clears. Here's Mateus, a poor touch from him. A lovely breeze cutting right across the ground at the moment. It's very pleasant conditions, I have to say. Same as last week. Thankfully, a week ago, you may recall, there was very poor weather conditions on the Saturday, the first day of the season, where the matches were delayed by a couple of hours thanks to the lightning warning system. We've had no such problems today. It's a really, really nice evening. The lights are on already. Plenty more football to come. And 2 more matches for you tomorrow as well. There, the fans, that's where the noise is coming from. Great to see the Ultra Eagles doing their bit. Danish. Oh, that's nervy. Sharul. He couldn't ride it all out. Got to say, Joel Chu, very, very quiet today in comparison to what we saw on that first a week ago, really, less than a week, 6 days, last Sunday. But coming forward now, Daniel Goes more central at the moment. Kyron slips the ball to him. No real problems. Azri tries to get it away. Here's Silvano. Up to Mateus. Plays that ball up to Silvano. Goes a little wide. Waiting for some support. There's no one in there. I think he was trying to take a shot. Didn't think the angle was on for him. Oh! What a great effort that was. Just gone wide. I think he'll be disappointed, Azri. That wasn't on target. That was an opportunity, wasn't it? And that, I think, might actually be his last contribution. What a chance. That could have been a glorious goal for the youngster, Azri. I think he's been okay today. And it's Izdin Shafik, Singapore international. Tends to play in a rather deeper role. Kind of similar in a way, actually, to Firdaus Kasman. This might just allow one of them to go a bit further forward, a bit more creative, sprays his passes around. He does love a long raking pass. Be interesting to see how they combine. But yeah, good to be able to bring on a player like Izdin Shafik, who was who's left Lion City Sailors to join Geylang International. Confirmation of that. So they've certainly been able to strengthen here. Harith is down at the moment. Front players having a quick chat here with Noor Ali. Harith is okay. Has been a kind of a languid tempo to this game. I did use the phrase lacking intensity. Here's Izdin now, and looks to release Van Huysen. That's put out for safety by Danish. No real hurry to take this throw. Darren Tay comes across. Van Huysen looking to bring Elijah into it. Here he is now, Elijah. He's got a sea of players around him. He goes down, and not really much of an appeal for a penalty. Isdin. Now Harith. Oh, he's overhit that by a long, long way. Poor ball from him. Silvano gives him a bit of a withering look. Yeah, it might just be that now Isdin screens in front of the back four. So slight change, I think, in formation. It looks a bit more of a 4-1-4-1. And Firdaus will be in front of him. Let's keep an eye on that one. Plays in that holding role. Isdin Shafiq. They were beginning to win a few more battles in midfield, a bit more possession, and that's probably why Isdin has been brought in here. And a bit more bite in the midfield. Here's Mateus. Plenty of space on that right-hand side. Silvano, good feet from him, but Ryan had done enough, Ryan Stewart. Now Hami. That is a cheeky little foul, I think, from Firdaus, who immediately acknowledges that, and, well, is he going to get booked by Jansen Fu? The question being asked of the referee, I think it will now be confirmed that he has got a yellow card. I don't think there was any way he was going to escape that one, surely. Joel Chu into the box, and not really going to threaten anything there. Header from Saad Akmal. Harith, he's got Mateus in front of him. Returns the ball. Loses it. A couple of poor passes from Harith in the last couple of minutes. He is better than that. We, like I said earlier, just haven't seen enough of him going forward today. Oh, that looked like a bit of a collision for Danish. Not a good one. But he picks himself up quickly. Now, Harith, I don't think, is 100%. Firdaus, that yellow card earlier. I think Mateus was just telling the coach, keep an eye out for him, and he's not at his best. And what you may not have seen in your picture was Harith had just gone on his knees for a minute, and he was squatting. Remember, he took a bit of a knock earlier. He was on the ground for a little bit. Just keep an eye out for that. They might need to change their left back. Let's see. I think one of the benefits of Harith is he's an under-23 player that generally stays on for the duration of games, whereas the tendency for some of the teams, of course, is to take off their under-23 players after half-time, which of course they can do. Shafiq clears. He's actually had very little to do today, apart from picking the ball out from the back of his net. And Ilhan's gone down, I think, with cramps. A bit stop-start at the moment. Slowly picks himself up. Here's Isdin. And there's too much on that pass. It's been a bit scrappy. Urgency here, Young Lions. They've got half an hour to go in this game. Young Lions will feel they can still get back into this. Geylang International want a goal or two. Daniel Go now advancing. He's got Kyrin in front of him. Kyrin goes for goal! Oh, he's curled that past Sino Gulam. Well, Silvano and now Kyrin from a similar sort of area have scored superb goals today. That is a brilliant strike as well from Kyrin Nadim. And they have equalised in stunning fashion, Young Lions. What you can do, I can do as well. Kyron Nadim with a different sort of shot from Silvano, who was going for power. This one was placed brilliantly. Again, nothing the goalkeeper could do. We have got a game in our hands, ladies and gentlemen, for about half an hour left. It's beautifully poised here at our Tampines Hub. That is a fantastic one for the youngster. He's already been earmarked as someone to watch out for in the future. And that just will continue those sort of narratives. They have tried a little bit more in the second half to put the pressure on. Look at this, he had so much work to do. Cuts inside, a little bit of space, and he curls up brilliantly. Silvano. I think the difference here between that goal and the first one, same sort of areas, same sort of distance, but it was Silvano who made it his own. He won the ball back, turned and shot. Here's Joel Chu. Harris. Just wonder whether that goal now might prompt think about bringing on the likes of Amy Reka and Faris Fahan for Geylang. Mateus. Well, Geylang have also failed to keep a clean sheet this season. Faisal Roslan. Here's Isdin. Harith. That's poor, I'm afraid. From Firdaus Kasman. Stuart wanting options. And I told you, this is not a side you can just write off, Young Lions. They will fight till the bitter end. They've made a decent effort of it here. They had that momentum at the end of the first half. They started quite well in the second. Geylang then began to assert themselves, and yeah, lots of little passages of play. It just goes back and forth, their momentum. And there's still plenty of time in this match. Darren T to Firdaus. Now Isdin. Firdaus. Mateus. Is that a foul on Firdaus? Yuki tries to get up. Now on this left-hand side, no foul there on Kyron, and to get that challenge absolutely right, Faisal. Corner here for Young Lions. By the way, I can tell you that it is now a stunning 3-0 Hougang United leading Lion City Sailors. Tomoki Doi has added a second for himself and a third for his club. That's a chance there, and a header saved by Zainul Gulam. This thing's really opened up the league, hasn't it? That's great for Albrecht Nagata, who are the only ones with a 100% record at the moment. There was a decent chance there for Young Lions. That result not good news for Geylang. It's a team just above them. Again, the game has just slowed down a little bit. Zamani Zamri has come on a little while ago for Daniel Go on this left-hand side. I was quite impressed with him on first match day. He was creating all sorts of problems. Remember, he had a good stint at Albrecht Nagata. This was the header from Ilhan. Decent save there from Zainul. Keepers maybe getting called into action a little bit more in the second half. Stewart in the air to his brother, Harris. There's Elijah. I'm sure there's going to be another attacking change soon for Geylang, you'd think. They go and search for a winner, given away by Izdin. Ilhan is looked up, thought he might go for goal. In fact, if he'd just looked to his left, Karen was in a really good position. Didn't shoot, didn't pass for the other option on his left. In the end, gave it away. Danish. This is Sharul. Up towards Ilhan, but Faisal wins the header. As far as Hami, though, who switches it very nicely to Zamani. Now on the counter. Here comes Mateus. He looks up for Silvano. Flag has stayed down. I don't think the Young Lions players agree with that. Van Huysen towards Silvano. And there's enough bodies in the way. It's still alive, and that comes off the crossbar. Would have been another fantastic goal for him. A double save, a save now from Nur Shafiq. First, it was the woodwork that denied Silvano, and then the keeper off Van Huysen. Suddenly this game has just come alive, hasn't it? Well, there was that chance. That was a great chance. Would have been another superb goal for him. A near post shot from Van Huysen. Second drinks break now to be taken. 20 minutes with everything to play for. There'll be chances at either end. He's unlucky. He's often quiet for long periods, Silvano, and then all of a sudden pulls out something quite spectacular. Who will blink first? As this gets closer and closer to 90, everyone gets a bit nervy about making a mistake. These are the 2 goals then for you. First one from Silvano, thunderbolt, and then this curled effort. Excellent from Kyron to equalise. Easy for Ryan Stewart. Zamani. Now Hammy, pulling all the strings in midfield today. At the moment, I think, outshining his midfield partner, Joel Chu. Harris. Giving away, but he's done well to win the ball back. No foul on Darante. Is there a challenge on Harith? No, says the referee. Ilhan trying to wriggle his way around. Isdin clears. Actually, good ball out to Mateus. A little bit slow there, Silvano. Nicely done by Mateus. Forward by Faisal. It's a nice ball to Van Huysen. Can he get past his man? Oh, was there a little cheeky shove there from Sharul? Didn't say too much, did he, Van Huysen? Isdin. Out wide to Mateus. Now Harith. Firdaus looks up. He wants someone to show for the ball. Faisal. Elijah to Darante, who looks up towards Silvano. That was a testing ball, and it was pretty well dealt with by Said Akmal. Joel Chu trying to lead a break here. Zamani. Up to Ryan Stewart. We saw him do this a fair bit in the early stages of the second half, but that is not a good cross. It's actually been a very good outlet for them when he's on that right-hand side. Ichikawa, let's set up towards Mateus. Still, I think, may have to get to full match fitness, it would appear. Trying to play their way out of trouble. Here's Ilhan. Oh, that looked painful for both him and Faisal. He's not getting up anytime soon, Faisal, at the moment. Ilhan's now looking like he might go down. No, he's okay. Get a better view of this here. Oh yeah, a little bit late. As he got the ball away, it was just a bit late from Ilhan. 15 minutes or so, just under that here at our Tampines Hub, and it's 1-1 Geylang International and Young Lions. Are we going to have a winner? I think he'll be fairly happy with this, you know, for the bout. It was Kyron who had gone down as well, but he seems to be, I think, okay. Both sides can still make changes, of course. They don't quite have the depth, Young Lions. And it's a lot of defensive players on their roster today. Again, it's just about who's available as studies and national service obligations to consider for Young Lions. So it's always going to be a bit difficult for them. I'm a little surprised perhaps that we're not seeing more changes for Geylang International. Harith and Ryan having a little bit of an issue here. A bit off the ball, that one. Just trying to take the tension out of that one. Yeah, didn't seem much to do about nothing, really. Yeah, it was a bit of both of them having a bit of a go at each other. Still talking about it. He's got to be careful there. Ryan's still having strong words with Jansen. Right, I think we have got Danish Kayum who's just come on. Might be Kyron here. We'll confirm that for you shortly. Hami. Oh, that's not too far away. And it was just the wrong side of the post. I can confirm that Kyron Adam is off, and Danish Kayum has just come on for him. Had that knock, didn't he? Cut back onto his left foot, and he left Zainal there standing. Ikram Rifki. Generally plays out wide. I think he's, yeah. Looks like he's come on for Harith. He'll play left back. But with, I think, an inclination to go forward more than his predecessor. There you go. Soon going to enter the final 10 minutes here. Are we going to get a winner? Silvano, that's not a good ball for Isdin, never going to get to that. Harris. Putting pressure there on Elijah. Silvano looks up, goes wide. Here's Van Huysen. Elijah. Isdin coming a little bit further forward now. Tarante to Ferdaus. They've got to go forward. Not really being too penetrative at the moment. Here's Ikram Rifki, who's just come on. Mateus. You can see the idea. And I think Silvano might just put his hand up in acknowledgement that he was a little too slow to read that one. The pace of the game, I think, is pretty much been consistent throughout. It's not been too frenetic. You said languid earlier. I think it's still sort of in that phase. I think if anything of the two sides, and I don't know what Isdin was thinking there. It is more young Lions who are trying to assert pressure. And Amy Reka, who got the opening goal in the last game, to give Geylang the lead. He comes on now for a little cameo ahead of replacing Elijah. Just see where he'll play. Will he play in that central midfield role, or will he just go push a little further? I think he's gone wide. Yeah, it looks now a little bit more of a 4-4-2. So Van Huysen has come onto the left-hand side. Amy Reka on the right, so they'll be their wide players, and Mateus is up front now with Silvano. This is a push to get that winning goal. Interesting move. I think Mateus might get a little bit more joy because he's not done much from the wide areas today. Hasn't really got much of that pace as of now to do much damage. Let's see if this change works. Ryan goes back to his goalkeeper. I've got to say again, Noshafik has really not had that much to do. Actually, Zano Gulam as well, really. Not that many shots on target that require big saves for either side. Both teams have got to decent positions, but they haven't converted their chances or haven't tested the keepers enough. We're going to have a Young Lions change, the final one. And it's going to be Safi Jubri. That also means, by the way, when I talked about the teams, the shuffle for Geylang, is that Isdin is now playing up alongside Firdaus up the other end. It's a ball in towards Ilhan, which Yuki does well to cut out. Haven't made that change yet. It's Joel Chu who's been understated today after a very impressive first match on debut for his new club, Joel Chu. And Safi will have a few minutes now. Up to Ilhan, who's just offside. See if there's also a little bit of a shuffle for Young Lions. Out wide anyway, here is Van Huysen. There's too much on that. He goes over Amy Reka, but he's still on the ball. Lovely return pass to Amy Reka, Silvano, now Mateus. Takes a shot, and it's far too close to the goalkeeper. No real power in that, and he may have just hurt himself a little bit. Mateo says he took the shot. Actually, did quite well there. Got that little bit of space. Yeah, they want to get on with it. Hoysen says pick up the ball. Well, just looking at that, you would think it's Geylang who are trying to chase the winner and Young Lions wanting to save that point. I'm not sure that's necessarily the case here. I think Young Lions want that win as well, and why not? Touch on Mateus. Ball slipped through. And Amy Reka can't get there. Well, so far, and I don't want to jinx anything because there's still about 2.5 minutes plus some added time, I think this is probably a fair reflection of the game, the scoreline at the moment, and it would be maybe a bit of an injustice for any side here to go on and lose this. Free kick, and it could be a testing area here for Geylang International. Oh, the far post. Still well off target from side Akmal. Here's Ikram, fouled on him by the new man in Safi. Safi's on this left-hand side. So Mani Zamri's playing sort of a second striker behind Ilhan. So playing something like a 4-4-1-1. Young Lions in these last few minutes. We're into the final minute as well. Is there going to be some very late drama here? Ikram, Silvano, pushing here, perhaps. Oh, that's not good enough. It's gone out of play. Been interesting to hear the post-match reaction to this. Which of the two sides will feel 2 points dropped? I don't think either one can really complain about the result. 4 minutes of added time. And as I was saying earlier, because this is probably a fair reflection of the game, neither team is openly being the one that's trying to push for the winning goal. It just becomes a little nervy on both sides. Faisal looks for options. Easy for Syed Akmal. Here's Safi. Loses out to Ikram. furious about that. Noor Ali, about whose throw-in that should be. Oh, he's actually changed his mind. Jansen Fu is giving it to Geylang. That was a big reaction there from the bench. Might be a talking point if something comes out of this. Big throw in perhaps here from Ikram Rifki. Oh dear, that's not good enough, I'm afraid. Ilhan clears. Faisal gets away before Zamani Zamri can close him down. Here's Yuki, he's going to go a bit further forward. We've seen that from Yuki at times. Ikram looking for Mateus. That falls to Isdin. Now Emi Reka. Silvano. Is he going to unleash another long-distance effort? Not this time, perhaps. They'll win a corner. Final push here from Geylang International with 2 minutes to go. As I said, this might be heartbreak for any of the sides who concedes now, given what we've seen beforehand. Here's Van Huysen with the corner. Yuki gets a header on it. It's hacked away. Now, can Young Lions put some pressure on? Darren Tay, he goes wide, finds Firdaus. He's got two players right on him. Good play from Ryan Stewart. Firdaus didn't appreciate that. Did not like that. I thought actually Ryan did quite well there. I think it looks like Young Lions are quite happy now just to play these final seconds out. I think Jansen Fu is just trying to cool temperatures. Ali is absolutely furious about something I think that Ryan Stewart said or did. What did I do? I think I'm trying to lip read here. Noor Ali is probably giving him a little bit of lip service there. Right, we've already had the 4 minutes, but there was a bit of time taken for that throw-in issue. Ryan Stewart, Emi Reka. Stewart puts it out for a corner. This surely will be the last bit of action here. Will they throw everyone forward? Everyone barring Zainul Gulam. Darren Tay is just in front of the center circle. They are going to put all the numbers in here. Ikram, still Ikram. One more corner perhaps. Jansen Fu's going to give it. Can't see much more happening after this. Are they going to go short again? I don't think so. Free header. Oh, he's pushed that wide, well wide for Firdaus. That was the chance. And we've also had the final whistle. This was whipped in. There was plenty of pace on this. Yeah, completely misjudged that, didn't he? But that was right in front of goal. But it brings to an end this match, which didn't have too many chances. Noor Ali is still fuming about something I think that Ryan Stewart had done. But overall, I think if he looks back at this, he might be a little bit more annoyed at his team, including the likes of Mateus here, did not create enough. Both keepers not tested enough, not that many open chances. And I think this is just about the right scoreline here at our Tampines Hub. And they'll want to improve that cutting edge going forward. But it's another valuable point for Young Lions, who show they're not to be discounted, and they're a team that will fight back. And I think they'll probably be the happier of the two sides with that point. Good to see Nazri Nasser there. Very nice to see him. As we said at the beginning, we wish him all the very best. And there he'll be joining Philip out in the dugout, I think, going forward. And the final score here at our Tampines Hub in this AIA Singapore Premier League match. It's Geylang International 1, the Young Lions 1. Players trudging off, thinking what could have been. I'm not sure there was much else. Here are some of these highlights. Not too many where the keepers are having to pull off big saves. That, by the way, was already out of play, so that didn't count. The whistle had gone early. Free kick here. Silvano came alive from time to time. Very few shots that trouble the goalkeeper. As you can see, many of them off target. This one was a glorious chance that somehow he just hesitated on. Thought he might have been offside, Silvano, I think. Might be a bit generous on that one. Mateus, there was a lot of attention on him. And then this, out of the blue. Great work from Silvano, who made it his own, won the ball back, and then absolutely smashed that into the top corner. There were chances in the start of the second half for both sides. There was good pressure from Young Lions, and then suddenly a moment of magic, this time from Young Lions and Kairin Nadim, who curled that into the far corner. Brilliant strike from him too. Very different type of goals. Well, Young Lions pushed forward, Ryan Stewart there with the header. Silvano here, it looked like it was destined to go in, but desperate defending from Young Lions, and then off the crossbar, and then followed up by a save here at the near post by Nur Shafiq. Hami wasn't far away as he tried to curl one in. And Mateus, his shot was pretty easy, wasn't it, for Nur Shafiq? And towards the end, there were a couple of half chances at best. A header there, the far post for Syed Akmal, and look at this one. I think he should have done better. And he's misjudged that one, Firdaus Kasman. Right at the end, that was the last play before the final whistle. That brings us to the end of the game here. Full time at our Tampines Hub. Geylang International 1, Young Lions 1. These are the stats for you. A big improvement from Young Lions. And but it was Geylang who edged them in pretty much all the stats, though the one that matters most is the scoreline. And there was nothing to separate the two sides as it ended in a 1-1 draw. There was another game elsewhere, and this is a stunning, stunning result and a fantastic one for Hougang United. Lion City Sailors, well, their season hasn't got going yet. A win, a loss and a draw. They've lost here to Hougang United by 3-1. And that is massive for Hougang and really does open things up in the league. Albrechts Nagata will be happiest, of course. They still have that 100% record. They'll be in action tomorrow, as will Balestier Khalsa, Tanjong Pagar United and Tampines Rovers. And look at Lion City Sailors with 4 points in 3rd place. And Young Lions are in 6th. Geylang International are in 5th. So these are the fixtures coming up on Sunday. Both kick off at 5:30. Albrechts Nagata are hosting Balestier Khalsa, and we'll be back here at our Tampines Hub tomorrow as Tampines Rovers take on Tanjong Pagar United. So thank you very much for joining us here at our Tampines Hub. Once again, Geylang International draw with Young Lions 1-1. We'll be back with you same time tomorrow for that match. Tampines Rovers going to be in action against Tanjong Pagar.